Here I am down in my basement in Simla, Colorado. It's the 1st of January 2015, and I'm just making this video to show all the work I've done since I've bought the house. It's in no way complete, but I want to get some documentation of what I have done so that my steps can be shown before it's all complete. So what we're looking at here is a block wall I've been putting in, because when I first came into this house, it was so stinky down here. The previous owners had probably 20 animals in the house, about 7 to 10 cats down in the basement, defecating, urinating, chickens, dogs, birds, just filthy, filthy people. So I came in here and I tore everything out of the basement that I could. Walls, sheetrock, flooring, carpet, just any of the old crap that was in here, I tore it out. And I discovered that water was leaking in through the foundation because whatever dummies poured this foundation left wood embedded in the foundation, and so over time the wood rots out, the water makes its way in, gets behind everything else and starts rotting. So I went through with hydraulic water cement, like you can see in this corner. There was a crack in the foundation because this is a poor quality concrete. You could check it out and see how tiny the aggregate is. So it just cracks to pieces. I mean, it's decent. Some houses here in this town don't even have foundations. So at least this house has a foundation. And I can stand up down here if I like. But anyway, what I've been doing is with this block wall, everywhere along the perimeter I've insulated with this R10 Pink Panther insulation. And then I've gone through and I've put a block wall in front of the other wall. It kind of supports as a bearing wall, but mainly it's just to keep the water out and just to make it so it looks nice down here, because the existing foundation it's just horrible, out of level, out of plumb, and I want to put cabinets down here for storage, so I'm not going to put my cabinets up against that trash. So I'll put my cabinets up against my nice block wall or whatever I decide to do. I've also gone through and I have reinforced every single floor joist in this house with a brand new floor joist, because these dummies they're trying to span 16 feet here on a single 2x8. So upstairs in the kitchen it's a trampoline. Before I reinforced my floor, it was a trampoline. I can't put tile on that, so I came through with a 2x12, doubled them up, gone through everywhere and put a new floor joist, because I don't want my floor, maybe some of these have dry rot or whatever. They're not too bad, but the worst thing was the span. I took a beam, I put a beam in here because there was a wall right here, but I don't want a wall here. Anyway, so now I got a nice open space. And over here in this area there was a staircase, but it wasn't a real staircase. It was a joke. There wasn't even 3 feet of headroom at the bottom step, so you'd have to bend down and walk down backwards. So I ripped that out, and I reframed my floor over that area. And I'm doing some stuff with the plumbing. It was never, I don't know how many times it's been done before, but whoever redid it the last time just did a really crappy job. It's just all haphazard and piecework everywhere in, and it's all run off 1/2-inch water lines. So I don't have very good pressure in my house. But what I'm going to do is later I'm going to go through and replace the entire plumbing system. And so I've left a little opening in my wall so I can get in there and cut that water line out and reroute it better. Anyway, but so that's the foundation. I'm just mainly going to use this basement for storage because there's not enough headroom down here to make it a nice livable space. And you know, the floor's not that good, not that great either. The floor's really out of level, so I'd have to do a bunch of stuff to get the floor level. What you're looking at right now, that's my brand new staircase. I went in, I cut a hole in the floor, I put some walls down here, and I made a staircase. Now I have adequate headroom, and we'll look at that as I go up. But I got a little closet under here now I've been working on, and I'm still taping the joints and everything. I gotta sand this and get it ready to texture and paint. So anyway, you know, once I can get a door on there, I have some nice room for storage in there. And then on this little shelf right here that I'm putting in my concrete blocks, I can put more tools and things up there. Everything's a mess down here. We're living in this house, you know, so we got to put all our stuff in here and all my construction material, so everything's kind of cluttered. But this is what the old foundation looks like. But I'm gonna cut a door in right there and make a nice walkout stairs up out of my basement when I get to that point. But anyway, I'll show you my stairs right now. Here they are, 4 feet wide. I got a nice 4 foot wide staircase. So now when I walk up the stairs, I have headroom, and I can move furniture up and down, and I'm not bending over backwards. I made some arches in here because I had to bring the framing quite a ways away from the foundation, and that left a lot of dead space back in that section, so I wanted to utilize that as much as I could, and I put these arches in here so we can put little artwork or pictures or whatever. And I've also left some spaces here. What I'm going to do in these spaces that you're looking at is I'm going to put pull-out drawers in there. So we don't really have room in our closets for the clothes, but we can use this area to put some drawers in. And then got another area right here. I'm going to make a cabinet here. That's where I put my pellet stove vacuum. I'm going to put another drawer up there. And then we'll have a shelf up on top. We've just been using it to store junk mainly, but that gives me a nice, wide, comfortable set of stairs to go up and down. You know, I did all the sheetrock myself. It's going to look good because the framing's very, very good. I'll just have to sand the sheetrock quite a bit because I don't have a lot of finesse in my taping techniques and things like that, but it'll work out. Put nice metal corners on. And I got a pellet stove in here. I put this pellet stove in myself because down in the basement they had a forced air propane heater, and the cats had got into all the ductwork and pissed everywhere, and cat hair, allergies, just disgusting. So I wasn't having it. I ripped it out, and I put a pellet stove right up here on the main floor. I've got some holes in my walls up here that I'm patching and working on. But pellet stove, it heats this whole upper level just fine. One of these days when I get enough money, I'll put another pellet stove in the basement, and I can have heat down there when I'm working. But it's not a big deal because it never freezes down there. I've had water in buckets sitting down in the basement, and it's been, 25 below, and the water hasn't frozen because I've insulated it. So it'll be alright. And then right here, eventually, we've just been piling our junk here, but eventually we'll put our kitchen table here, and then where all that junk is, we can sit there and eat. And also, what I've been working on is I put a brand new door in this wall here. There was a window there before, but I cut it out and I put a 3-foot door in, because the back door to the house is right where I'm going to have my future bathroom. This is where the stairs were, and like I say, we got a bunch of junk everywhere because we're living in here. We hang up our clothes here, but eventually I want to make this into a bathroom, and that door is not going to be there because I'm not going to have a door going from my bathroom to the outside of the house, so I'll frame that door in, and we'll have 2 bathrooms in our house once that's done. And then I've got a lot of work to do in this kitchen. You know, I need to take out this wall and make it flat across here so we could have cabinets, because we have a nice wide kitchen in here. If I can just get this wall taken out and put cabinets on there. But anyway, we got the house we got it for real cheap. It was only $40,000, you know, because it's a really small area out here in Colorado, and house prices are really low. So I've been putting a lot of money and a lot of time into this, trying to make it nice for my family. And that's basically what I've been working on since August of 2014 all the way to December 31st, 2014. So see what I can get done in 2015.